Such a good show. Everyone's gotta be happy, right? Right? Well, yeah, except Bella is receiving a lot of criticism. So much so that she might not continue as Ellie for the next season, and that's according to a majority of fans. So ever since HBO's announcement that the show would return for a second season.
How much longer?
5-hour hike.
We can manage that.
There's been some fan speculation that Bella Ramsey won't return to play Ellie. This appears to be predicated on the notion that there's a time gap between games, during which Ellie matures and undergoes significant bodily change. But in reality, there is 0% likelihood that Bella Ramsey will be replaced. Why, you may ask? Well, as the studio has said, that they want to be true to the source material, and that's the games.
Cover the ground! Make sure
And the games are separated by a 5-year period where Ellie is 14 in the first one and 19 in the second one. And right now, the actress Ramsey is already 19 years old. So by the time the next season might start filming, I think she'll actually start looking older. But hey, who cares about the physical differences, as she already has wonderfully captured the essence of her character. And even if she doesn't look older, it won't matter since they'll change her clothes and hair to make do. And while that's fine, just what were the fans complaining about? Here's what they had to say.
Joel?
Marlene?
You okay?
After Ramsey flawlessly won a majority's hearts ever since the first episode, there are still some people who aren't on board with her portrayal. The criticism was a new experience for the young star, as she told in an interview that she's never had a bad reaction to anything she's ever done. At the end of the day, the main issue of the fans is that the actress doesn't quite resemble Ellie from the game.
Come on now. Get on up.
Fuck away from her!
Let her go.
Well, you're recruiting kind of young, aren't you?
Leading people to think that there may have been other actresses who would have been a tad more appropriate. All of this just disregards Ramsey's acting ability, and it's natural she would feel bad. But she took it surprisingly well. She said that she didn't mind anything initially and found it hilarious. But come on guys, how much can a kid take? Or as the actress said herself, that she would occasionally engage in a scrolling session for about a few minutes, but then would put her phone down. Because hey, who likes to hear bad stuff about something they worked hard for? But kudos to Bella, as she said that she made her mind up and nothing will change the fact that she's Ellie and that no one can pull it off better than her. Other than that, let's be honest guys, people are gonna get used to it, except for the ones who maybe won't. Sorry Ellie, and frankly, all the haters can actually put a pin in it, because Bella actually has some people in her corner. Show creators Mason and Druckmann have no regrets about hiring her, the young performer.
Tell us what it's about and who you play.
I play Ellie Williams, the ass, and she
So good.
Thank you. She journeys across America with a guy called Joel, who she really doesn't take to initially.
Who was 17 at the time the series was recorded, talked about how the negative feedback she received online affected her self-confidence. Even though the non-binary actor has experience working on expensive programs like Game of Thrones.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
It's all right. We're done here.
The internet's harsh criticism has made her question her decision to take part in the most anticipated series of 2023. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, the highly regarded show's creators, defended the casting of Bella Ramsey as Ellie and assured everyone that she was the best fit for the role. They said that they were looking for a certain combination of paradoxes for the part of Ellie, someone who could both be funny and weird, as well as severe and ruthless.
I feel so privileged I get to do it again with the best TV people, like in the industry, right? You know, the best prosthetic people, the best VFX, for my money, the best cast.
Druckmann stated that he saw Ellie after the actress had given an audition, not when Bella was acting like Ellie. Look, there's no denying that celebrity has a bittersweet taste to it on both sides of the blade. However, she deserves a chance, right? Cause guess what? She ain't giving up, because why would she? Many people still have faith in her. Plus, you know she brings that little something to the show. What's the word? Oh yeah, she brings a certain twinkle. According to Merle Dandridge, who provided Marlene's voice in the 2013 game and assumed the role for the series, Bella Ramsey gave Ellie, the game's adored heroine, a different sparkle. Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson provided the voices for the characters, Joel and Ellie, respectively, in the game.
Hey, we're smuggling her?
There's a crew of Fireflies that'll meet you at the Capitol building.
That's not exactly close.
You're capable. You hand her off, come back, the weapons are yours.
Marlene assigns Joel the duty of transporting Ellie, a little girl with a possible secret that might change both her life and the world, out of their quarantine zone and across the nation early in Part 1. The quest is difficult, which is understandable given the devastation caused by a deadly fungal virus that transforms its humans into flesh-eating monsters. The series follows the same story, though it expands on the world, and a whole lot of character arcs pretty significantly. According to the actress, she had to build on what she'd done earlier in the game because the core knowledge of her character essentially stayed the same. However, she had to adjust her character in the series a bit while working with different people looking at the characters through a new lens. She said that Bella and Pedro's Ellie and Joel brought a different twinkle to the story, but in the most positive way. She added that it had been an absolute privilege to let Marlene experience the characters in a newer way, allowing her to walk the scenarios that previously only existed in her imagination. So we think it's safe to say that she had a good time bringing her character to life, with Bella as her new Ellie. Talking about the cast, I forgot to mention something Craig said. Took a long time to cast Ellie. Despite Pedro Pascal's smooth transition into The Last of Us' star role wasn't even a bit of a hassle, as Mason said that he knew Pascal was going to be Joel the moment he saw the actor.
Could have been him. I don't hear it. Who would you hear? Who would you hear? Are you saying Tempted did that?
The showrunner added that hiring Ellie was a lot more challenging process overall, and it definitely took the studio a long time. He added that they were attempting to cast a 14-year-old girl since acting is a very challenging profession, and it was very easy for that to go wrong. And even though it was hard to get right, it was even harder to go overboard with brilliance. But guess what? Children lack a lot of life experience, and it was harder for someone that young to get the job done. Adding to his words, he described traits in actors they were looking for as an Ellie gotta be annoying, right? Plus, she has to have that funny touch to her, with just a splash of violence and protectiveness for her own self. Plus, is Ellie even an Ellie if she can't establish a gradual connection with Joel? Mason stated that the team auditioned well over 100 people and that Bella stood out. Fun fact, Mason was the first to see her audition ahead of his creative partner. After falling in love with Bella's portrayal, he feared that Neil wasn't gonna end up liking her audition tape, and that Mason would have to live for the rest of his life knowing that they couldn't have the best Ellie ever. And here she is getting hate because she isn't an NPC. The studio couldn't have done any better, the bosses claim, since she is just the most incredible performance. And on a serious note, can we please not ruin something so perfect? She already left one show to prioritize her mental health. Let's not push her toward more negativity. Anyway, let me know how you like the new Ellie. Having said that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.